Welcome back to Mac and PC Prime Video. After nearly 2 decades, the impossible has finally happened. Apple has officially moved on from Intel, and with macOS 27 Golden Gate, Hackintosh as we've known it may finally be dead. If you've spent years building Hackintosh systems using OpenCore, tweaking EFI folders, and celebrating every successful boot screen, this news is going to hit hard. Because macOS 27 Golden Gate no longer supports Intel-based Macs. What happened? At WWDC, Apple revealed macOS 27 Golden Gate, but hidden behind all the new features was one shocking change. For the first time in Mac history, the latest version of macOS completely drops support for Intel Macs. That means only Apple Silicon Macs M1, M2, M3, M4, and future chips can officially run macOS 27. Why this ends Hackintosh. Traditional Hackintosh systems exist because Apple's operating system was designed to run on Intel processors. OpenCore made it possible to bridge the gap between PC hardware and Apple's Intel Macs. But now, there are no Intel Macs left to imitate. Without Intel compatibility, the foundation that Hackintosh was built upon disappears. The history of Hackintosh. Hackintosh wasn't just a hobby, it was a movement. From the first OS X experiments in 2005 to powerful custom workstations that rivaled the Mac Pro, millions of enthusiasts learned about hardware, troubleshooting, and Apple's ecosystem through Hackintosh. For many creators, it offered an affordable way to experience macOS. Is Hackintosh really dead? Well, yes and no. If your goal is to install macOS 27 Golden Gate on a PC using traditional methods, that journey is effectively over. However, existing Intel Hackintosh systems aren't suddenly useless. macOS 26 Tahoe remains the final chapter for Intel Hackintosh users. If your setup already works, you can continue using it for years. What are your options now? Option 1, move to Apple. Silicon. Many Hackintosh users are now transitioning to real Macs powered by Apple Silicon. The performance and efficiency are undeniably impressive. Option 2, virtualization. Some enthusiasts may experiment with virtualization, but it won't replace the native Hackintosh experience we once had. Hackintosh was never supposed to last this long. Yet somehow, against all odds, it survived for nearly 20 years. Today, we say goodbye to one of the most fascinating chapters in computing history. Thank you, Hackintosh. 2005 to 2026. What do you think? Is Hackintosh truly dead, or will the community find another way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Apple and Hackintosh updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.